me and they'd be like, "You're gonna just like do a show with like all the albums in it?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's gonna be called the Eras Tour. See you there."
Well, Canadian Swifties were excited to learn earlier this week that mega pop star Taylor Swift has added more dates for her Eras Tour in our country. On top of her 6 dates in Toronto slated for November 2024, BC will have the pleasure of hosting Swift after that on December 6th, 7th and 8th. For more on what this means to Canada, Dr. Joanne McNeish, professor at Toronto Metropolitan University, joins us. Thanks so much for your time today, Professor.
Oh, thank you, Jaden.
Registration is now closed for Swift's Vancouver dates, with tickets set to go on sale this Thursday. 31 million people registered for tickets when Swift announced she was coming back to Toronto in August. Do we expect to see the same level of demand in Vancouver?
Absolutely. This tour has blown up all the records. She's really in that stratosphere of the Rolling Stones and the Beatles and Madonna in her heyday. And that yes, some of the Vancouver fans will have gone south to attend a concert in the US, but her fans, and she calls them Swiftie, or people have called them Swifties, they adore her and they want to have every experience with her. One of the interesting things that I was reading is she's somebody that also releases her material not only on a streaming platform, but as vinyl records and on CDs. And her fans will buy all three. So that is an astounding business model for any artist.
It really is phenomenal, and many Vancouver hotels have said already that they're completely sold out for Swift's concert weekend. What is the broader economic impact this tour will have on the city of Vancouver?
So what happens is normally with concerts, people spend roughly, say if they spend $100 on a ticket, they'll spend another $300 on things around it. Again, Taylor Swift blows all the records. It's been estimated that for every $100 a Taylor Swift fan spends on a ticket, it's about $1,300 more in clothing and accessories and albums and food and, as you mentioned, hotels. So there's no reason to think that Vancouver will not be any different in terms of the economic impact. And that's a huge ratio. There are brands and corporations that would envy that ability, that not only the direct revenue, but the indirect impact on the society around them, or the city, or the place where they operate. So it's really quite phenomenal. I'm always interested in Taylor Swift because she seems to be one of those people that remains authentic and accessible to her fans. And I don't know how you do that at the level at which she operates, because we could imagine the kind of people that she has around her, the people to support her in terms of just simple things, mic levels, all the way to the costume changes. And that's the other piece of the economic impact. She will hire people from the cities if there's materials needed within the cities. Of course, she travels with huge truckloads of equipment and people, but even within the city, aside from just the fans spending money, local businesses also benefit from her anticipated arrival, let alone her arrival. So it's really quite a phenomenon. As I said, we don't see it very often.
It'll be a great boost for the city. Before we let you go, the Vancouver dates are the last scheduled performances on the tour, but could Swift extend her tour again? Would there be more Canadian dates added potentially?
So I'm of two minds. I think for Swiftie fans, they can never get enough of Taylor Swift. She has been on the road for several years now. She performs a full 3.5 hours. She has all kinds of fan events around this particular tour. So I'm thinking at the end of this, she needs a vacation, because she works really hard. In addition, still writing music, still producing albums. She is truly extraordinary. So yes, while I wish for the fans more concert, I also wish for Taylor Swift, but at least take a weekend off would be my proposition to Taylor.
She is a busy girl. Dr. Joanne McNeish, professor at the Toronto Metropolitan University. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. It was great to be here.